Alrighty guys, welcome back to Star Wars Review. Today I'm reviewing The Bad Batch Season 2 Episode 14, Tipping Point, which was directed by Saul Ruiz and written by Jennifer Corbett and Matt Mischovitz, and was released on March 22nd, 2023, which I thought was another good episode. We start seeing a lot of plot points coming together as the episode kind of sets up the final two episodes next week, which it was great. I love seeing, Echo, Crosshair, The Bad Batch, and all those storylines start to converge. We see Echo meeting back up with the Bad Batch after he does some stuff with some other clones. But I will say the second half of the episode was a lot more set up for the final two episodes, which was fine. I still liked it and it worked well, building up anticipation for those episodes. But the first half where we see Echo working with other clones, I just was, a lot more into that. I really enjoyed all that. Also because, we haven't seen Echo since the 8th episode. So it had been a while, but we also do see clones from Season 1 return also, which, I'm just going to dive into it. It starts on some planet, and I think there might have been a name, I didn't remember it, but we see 3 clone troopers being taken prisoner, which one of them is the clone Hauser from Season 1, who we saw in the Ryloth episodes, but they get taken aboard the ship, which once it's in space, another ship comes out of hyperspace and attacks it, which that ship is being piloted by clones, including Echo, Gregor, and 2 new clones, Fireball and Nemec, which we see them take out the Imperial ship's hyperdrive, so they can't, escape, and they board the ship, which we see Echo, Fireball, and Nemec go inside, where Fireball goes for Hauser and the other clones, while Nemec and Echo head for the bridge to get info on where the ship is heading. But before they get to the bridge, we see that, we see this Imperial officer tell the TK troopers and the clone commandos to start deleting all info on the ship, which once Echo and Nemec get to the bridge, it has already been partially deleted, which Echo tries to recover as much as he can, which Nemec tries to get info from the officer, who, instead of giving info, kills himself. A lot like that clone from episode 7, named Clone or Sniper Axe, by biting down on their tooth and then it electrocutes them, killing them. But, we see Fireball, Hauser, and the others get back to the ship. But while Echo is still trying to recover data, more Imperial ships show up, so Echo and Nemec have to escape back to the ship, which, they do, and then they head back to Coruscant, where we see Hauser and Echo talking to Senator Chuchi, which Hauser tells them everything what happened to him and how they were being taken somewhere, but he doesn't know where they were being taken. But we see Echo tell Chuchi that he recovered info from the ship, but that it's encrypted, which he knows someone who can decrypt it. So Chuchi tells him to go, and she'll try to find out as much as she can on Coruscant while he's gone. But we then see back on Mount Tantus, where they have Crosshair held, which they take him back to the torture chamber, where Emery and Dr. Hemlock talk to him, which Hemlock is trying to get info from Crosshair on the whereabouts of the Bad Batch, and therefore Omega, which Crosshair, does truthfully tell them that he doesn't know where they are, which, is the truth. But Hemlock and Emery continue to torture him, but there's a moment where one of the other assistants comes in and tells Hemlock of that transport ship getting attacked, which we saw earlier, which also confirms that those clones were being taken to Mount Tantus, which right now I'm guessing Hemlock is taking the clones to Mount Tantus to kind of turn them into the hunters we saw, like that clone or Sniper Axe we saw in an earlier episode. That's what I'm assuming he's trying to do. But later we see Emery giving Crosshair a break from the torturing, which is a mistake as Crosshair uses this opportunity to break out, which he takes out the TK troopers and stuns Emery and takes her access card, which he then makes his way to a terminal where he sends a distress signal to the Bad Batch saying Plan 88, and he then tries to tell them that they're looking for Omega, but they sever the signal and start to fill the room with this toxin, which we then see Crosshair start to pass out as Hemlock comes in and tells them how he created a toxin and how he's immune to it and whatnot. But after that, Crosshair then fully passes out. But back on Pabu, we see the Bad Batch continuing to help them rebuild the island, which we see Hunter talking with Shep, who asks him if they're going to stay permanently, which Hunter just tells him that for soldiers it's an occupational hazard to settle down, which Shep asks him if that's all he is, a soldier, which, we see Hunter thinking on it, but doesn't end up giving an answer as they're interrupted by the Marauder flying recklessly above, which we learn that Tech is teaching Omega how to fly, which I enjoyed this moment. At one point, Tech tells Omega to do this maneuver, which she calls the Tech turn, which Tech is like, that's not what it's called, but then he thinks on it and says that he does like it, which was funny. But before doing it, Echo arrives, and we see Omega talking to him over the comms, which they say they're going to race to the landing pad, but we don't end up seeing that, which I found odd. But we see Echo land and meet up with Hunter, which they talk about Sid and this new place they're at and whatnot. But Omega and Tech land, and Omega runs over to Echo and hugs him. But Echo then gives Tech the info to decrypt, which we then see back on Mount Tantus, where Hemlock is talking to Tarkin about the attack on that transport ship and how clones are going against orders, which Hemlock says as long as they get to him, the clones won't be a problem, as he'll have other ways to deal with them. I guess alluding to turning them into the Clone X's, which Tarkin tells him he'll wait for his presentation at the summit, which Tarkin says, which the summit is the title of the next episode, episode 15. But back on Pabu, we see Hunter and Echo talking, which Echo asks him if the Bad Batch are going to stay on Pabu, which Hunter says he doesn't know yet, but thinks it might be the best thing to do, which he asks Echo what he's been up to, which Echo tells him about the network of clones him and Rex have built, of clones either in hiding or as spies inside the Empire, which Hunter basically tells Echo that there's no point in fighting the Empire because they're too big, which Echo says is, not just about that, but helping their brothers, which this moment I'm just like, with Hunter, I'm like, see the point, Hunter, it's obvious what Echo is trying to do, and Echo is right there. Hopefully we see Hunter change his tune with that, but we see Tech alert them that he has decrypted the data and that they should come take a look at it, which once on the Marauder, Tech reveals that the ship is part of this secret science division that's led by Dr. Hemlock, but he couldn't find any info on where they were taking the clones and what they were doing with them. But Tech reveals that Crosshair was on the data log of clones transported, which made him look at their old comms channel where he found a distress message from Crosshair saying Plan 88, which I guess is a warning that the Bad Batch are being hunted or something like that. Which, we see them wonder if Crosshair is trying to warn them about this Hemlock. But we see Hunter wonder if it's a trap placed by Crosshair, which Wrecker then wonders how they find out if it is or isn't, which Hunter just looks at the image of Hemlock. But the episode ends back on Mount Tantus, where Hemlock continues to torture Crosshair, hoping to break him and hoping, for Crosshair to reveal info on where the Bad Batch are. But like I said, that's where the episode ends. Obviously, I don't really know what info Crosshair would even have for the Bad Batch, or, on the whereabouts of the Bad Batch. I'm trying to remember, I guess Crosshair might know about Sid, so he could possibly reveal that, which we do know Sid is, not happy with the Bad Batch. But also Sid doesn't know where the Bad Batch are currently. We'll just have to wait and see there. But, with the episode, I really, really loved everything at the start with Echo and the clones. Really enjoyed that. Enjoyed the stuff with Crosshair. Also, enjoyed the moments on Babu. Definitely the moments between Hunter and Echo talking and whatnot. But the stuff on Babu was definitely more setting up these next two final episodes. So, yeah, but, I really enjoyed the episode. Really excited to see what happens in these final two episodes of season 2. So, yeah, but my grade for this one, I'm going to give it an A-. So, yeah. that's going to be it for this one. I'll be doing reviews of episode 15 and 16 when they come out, so you can check those out. And then a little bit after that, I'll do a review, full season 2 review. So you check that out also. But that's going to be it for this one. In the meantime, check out my reviews on the first 13 episodes and everything else to do. But if it's ours, I'll catch you guys in the next one.
There are others out there who need our help. We'll take all the allies we can get.
Let's go.